Hey guys, and welcome back for another HellfireComms Patreon Quick Look. Today, thanks to Deimos, who pledged and funded this, we're going to be checking out Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and this is my very first time playing the game. I'm super excited because I was a massive fan of the original Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii. Got Tanner with me for this one, as we talked about in the Fire Emblem Quick Look.
Yeah, and I am about 50 hours into this game. So I know a decent amount, and I can honestly say, in my eyes, this game completely surpasses the original in pretty much every way. There's people who I know argument the other way around, but I think it's much better, just personally.
Okay.
And we'll get to some of the differences as we go on, but not even just base things like characters and stuff, but in terms of like the gameplay and the world, and even the music in my eyes is improved.
Interesting. Now, the original was a JRPG, but it didn't really have that many anime tropes for the most part. I'm probably going to get laughed out of the room for saying that. I'm just saying it in comparison to Xeno 2, which seems to just fully embrace that side of things, and I think that's the divisive thing that's going on right now. People don't like the titty. They do not.
Yeah, I can honestly say that every time there is because it does anime stereotypes and tropes in a way that I think is hilarious, and I think greatly improves the characters. But yeah, there's some people who look at that and they say, well, it takes away, because overall this game, while it has in its story moments, it's just as serious as the first. In its downtime, if you will, you'll have more wackier fun moments, and I actually much prefer that sort of, change between how characters act in like major story scenes to how they just act every day where they're walking around.
This is very interesting, because the original Xenoblade started super bombastically, it's like and then you see two titans, but here, it's just a dude, he's kind of like deep sea diving underneath the cloud sea. I know all about the titans that they live on, that's a holdover from the original Xenoblade, and if that's going to be a running theme in each of the Xenoblade games, fine by me. Ain't nothing more aesthetic than living on top of a giant, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Well, did you play any Xenoblade Chronicles X?
No, I have it. That's the funny thing. I have it. It's unwrapped. Same with Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, so I don't know if that game had the living on giant creatures, if that was like a twist or something later. But no, if that's going to be like a general theme for all Xenoblade games going forward, yeah, no, that's actually super dope and like super unique to it. I can't think of any other game where that would be a thing.
I think today was a successful fishing expedition. Kind of hard to tell. Not really up to speed with the game's lore yet.
So I don't know if you saw earlier, a certain belted and zippered man was credited.
Yeah, Tetsuya Nomura did a few character designs in the game.
And the funny thing is, people say that they are, like, by far the standouts.
Huh.
And it's painfully obvious which ones it will be. You'll see later.
We really do need to buy ourselves a new depth probe.
So, what was your opinion on the English, and I mean English, as your father voices coming back?
Okay, so, like, I am such a dub apologist for literally everything. I think even a subpar dub, like, I will never turn off an English dub, even if it's a bad dub, because in my eyes, a bad dub increases the charm, but that's just me. But honestly, I really like the voice acting in this game having the British voices. I think it just does it in such a unique way where I can't even describe it other than it adds to the differences between it and other JRPGs.
Yeah, the charm. Oh, are we gonna get into our, like, first battle this early?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, beautiful. I just want to have a cup of tea and smash the fucking cup over this crab's head. Let's do this shit. This is Rex, by the way, and I've got to say, the art style, still shots don't do it justice. This is kind of beautiful, actually.
Yeah, no, for sure. The character designs in, like, when paused, you might be like, that doesn't look the best. But much like any good anime, in motion, it looks so good because they use that to their advantage.
I'm hearing a bit of music from the original Xenoblade here. I don't know if that was intentional for the first battle.
Maybe.
Alright. Auto attacks, same as, yeah, gotta draw your sword, Tom. Don't want to fail already. There you go. You're doing it! Yeah! Slice it wide open!
So you actually want to stay totally still to do your 3-hit combo because the last hit does do the most damage.
Right. Arts and special techniques distinct from auto attacks. The icons are laid out like the controller buttons, so press the corresponding button to use one. Oh, it's got a cooldown meter. Cool. Gotcha. Let's rip.
Anchor shot. Ha!
Booyah!
So yeah, there's certain attacks that when you use them, it will cause them to drop potions. And then this starts to go into a bit of the interesting combat of this game where, for example, you'll be fighting and the battlefield will be littered with these potions. And so it's like, do you want to stop auto-attacking now the opponent can still auto-attack you to go run around and grab the potions? Or do you want to maybe hope one of your party members goes and grabs them? So that's a really interesting thing with the combat where you don't always want to just be standing still.
It seems a bit more dynamic than the first game so
yes.
far.
And you won't get to it in this quick look because the way the game kind of evolves as it goes on, the combat gets crazier and crazier. Once you get to like chapter 4 and you have all the gameplay options, it turns into this super dynamic thing of like stance cancels and then like special cancels into super cancels, and it's like a fighting game pretty much, and it's
Jesus.
so fun. But it starts off in a way where it slowly introduces it to you, and I do like that.
Okay.
But then, one day, we were cast out.
Aww. A poor anime protagonist having to live on the top of a mythical beast. How sad for you.
Perhaps.
And it's not like this is a common thing. People are like, yo, wait, you have your own Titan? What the heck?
It's kind of cool how in the first game he had the Mechonis and Bionis, and they were just like revered figures. But here you got like a grandfatherly dude who also happens to be the protagonist's house.
The Titans to save us. The few of us who
Yeah,
survived.
Azurda there, which is the name of the Titan, he actually narrated the Nintendo Direct for Xenoblade 2. And when I was watching it, I'm like, I don't know about this guy. He might get a little annoying if he's always chatting like he does in that. But in all honesty, Azurda is straight up one of my favorite characters of like games in 2017. He's such a good grandpa. I want him to be my grandpa.
I remember that direct, actually. That actually made me worried about Xenoblade, because it was very downplayed. Like you said, he did all the voiceovers, and it's not the most hype way to advertise a game, having a granddad do the esports commentary.
Right up.
Yeah, for sure. And he doesn't speak as much as that like there's more speaking in that direct than I think what actually happens in like where I've got up to in the game, but when he does speak, it's so like you know he's got something to say.
Oh, I'm hearing someone. Is it the Sky Whale from Skyward Sword? It almost is. That looks like Sin.
I was gonna say it looks so much like Sin. Nomura going in double secretly.
I want to climb up this dude's head and just stab him in his sigil. Do you get that vibe?
He's a good grandpa, don't say that!
Well, I gotta save my girlfriend, so I don't know what to tell
Been
you.
happening a lot lately.
More so than before.
I wonder if anyone was living there.
What do you think of Rex's accent? Because, Shulk in the first game, he was fairly posh, but this dude's, a bit of a Cockney. I think it's either Cockney or Yorkshire. If someone please correct me in the comments. I'm okay with accents, sometimes I get it wrong.
Village will be gone too.
Yeah, with the amount that I put in, I've had a lot. I've played around with Rex a lot to know like his ups and his downs.
You too.
And I really do like Rex. I actually like him a lot more than Shulk, and you'll actually see a little bit why a little bit later. But his accent, I think it's not too.
Eventually.
Shulk, I almost felt was a little too much. I feel like Rex is a lot more for like the general gaming audience to be able to handle for an accent. But we'll get to a character pretty soon here whose accent is so over the top. It's so fun.
Mind you, I was born here on all rest. As for my ancestors, who could say where they were born?
Lancashire maybe.
Can it really exist? This Elysium? And
They
the
toned down the
plains?
eyes a lot, I noticed, from the first reveal.
Yes, they did some comparisons on how the art style changed on like the Twitter and stuff, and it is for the better. But yeah, they definitely did tone it down. It's still clear in the artwork, like the concept art for the characters, but it's the models that they changed.
Right.
Sure would be great.
Wasn't actually feeling Rex's like outfit design at first, but now that I know like he's a submariner, it kind of makes sense. It's a wetsuit basically.
Yeah, but it is a little strange that instead of taking the outer parts of the wetsuit off to walk around, he takes off the inner parts.
Eh.
It's a little bit strange, but hey, he likes the winds through his thighs. You know, what are we to stop him?
Thank you for saying it and getting it in first before I could say. It's letting his nevers dangle, getting them breezy.
It's a nice little boat he's got here, though, you know? He's got some plants growing, he can grill on the back, and if you saw him grilling on the back, Azurda's like, oh, that feels so good.
I think this haul should be enough for today.
Alright, so gonna sell some loot, get some dollary
Swing
doos.
to the Argentum Trade Guild.
You're planning on selling it now? It's getting toward my bedtime.
I like this
Play the
guy.
lazy old man with me. There's plenty of sunshine left.
Okay, fine. So is he in like servitude to Rex?
I swear.
He's kind of, it's not servitude as much as it is like a grandpa figure for him.
Okay.
Though I will say, this game's, it examines ideas of servitude in a way that are so interesting. It becomes, because the whole thing about this game features the drivers and the blades, and blades are kind of like robot stands, pretty much, with weapons, and as such, it really examines what it would be like having this stand-like figure always with you, and how would your relationship be with them. So interesting. It's such an interesting theme for a game.
How's business?
Oh
Going
jeez.
all right. Else I wouldn't be here.
Fair point. So, which one am I unloading?
Is this the dude whose accent you were talking about?
Oh no,
Shouldn't be too
this
long.
dude's pretty bad, but we'll get to one pretty soon who is so good. And honestly, I've heard some people say that this game has bad voice acting, and there's only one instance where I'd say this game kind of gets me to be like, oh, you're trying your best, and that's we'll get to Rex's anime screams. They're not good. This guy does not know how to do the anime screams. But honestly, as it goes on, I don't know whether I grow numb or he gets better, because he does get better.
Dude.
But at the beginning of the game, they are bad.
Like, Shulk's VA can fucking scream. That dude goes ham.
I don't even know who Rex's VA is. I wonder if he's done anything before. Because I do like his voice.
Looks like adventure. Who is this? Who is talking right now?
Mr. Tutorial, the voice in your head.
Skip travel. Wonderful.
Yeah, no, script travel is really good, and when I first played Xenoblade 1, I remember discovering you can just skip travel by, you know, clicking on the map, and I'm like, is this cheating to just be able to warp back to the first town of the game? And then I learned, no, you're supposed to do that.
Who's this lad?
It's a Black Manta from Injustice.
I love the fact you can just maneuver around during, like, what are essentially talky cutscenes. You can do the same thing in Breath of the Wild, and it's not a level of freedom I'm used to. I think I might become a delinquent with all this power.
there are, you know, when the general talking is pretty laid back, it like the voice bubbles never take up the full screen, and as such, it always feels a little insignificant.
No.
Oh yeah, wow. The voice of Rex, Al Weaver, this is his only voice acting role ever.
Wow.
I think he did a good first job, though.
Yeah, he's fine for what I'm hearing so far. This is actually taking me back to when I did my Xenoblade Chronicles blind playthrough. Well, blind except for the last two. Like, chapters, parts where my internet went out. And I was bored as fuck, so I did it post-commentary.
I think for RPGs, that's, like, understandable. You know, starting it off with being blind, and then later on it's like, okay, no, let's actually, you know, do it post-com, just so you can, you know, cut out stuff. Well, actually, because this game doesn't have random battles, it's not too bad for that.
Oh, I love that about Xenoblade.
There's still more than I give to non-friend. If you supplies, then you get good price.
That voice coming out of that Nopon was brilliant.
Oh, there's some beautiful vocal dissonance with the Nopons.
Methinks. So weaponry is hot item. Well, what friend think? I'll make it worth your while.
Look, just give me money. I need to eat.
Stay away from that sort of thing.
Oh, it's shame. Reg's good salvager. Could be good way to earn pretty penny.
So are there like salvaging side quests in the game?
Not so much side quests, but you'll see places where it's like, hey, you can jump off here to salvage, and you can get items, but it's never tied to quests, it's always just if you want a few extra things. Well, I think there's one quest early on where it introduces it to you, but I've never had an instance where it was a mandatory thing for a side quest.
It's because Gramps doesn't charge rent. Hey! Alright, I'm counting on you.
I like Rex. He's a bit of a cheeky chappy.
Oh, he reminds me of, this might mean nothing to you, but it might to someone in the comments, like Bartz from Final Fantasy V, where, yeah, he's heroic, but it doesn't mean he won't get a few good quips in, and, like, he has all sorts of, like,
hello, Rex.
Not the best habits, and he knows it. Like, Rex likes to drink a lot.
Been worse? So, you got something for me? New job, maybe?
Is this mafioso Nopon?
Oh, yes.
Rex come from Ponset village in Leftherian archipelago, yes?
Yeah, that's right. Why'd you ask?
He's got bouncers. Like, he's got fucking bouncers, Tanner.
I know, and they have little like suits and stuff, and it's great. And it's funny because you see these guys, and then you don't see them for hours and hours and hours, and then you find an entire, like, continent full of guys wearing suits like that. And it's like, oh, that's just where the bouncers come from, I guess.
Oh my god! Not bad. Wife ran out on me, but apart from that, cannot complain.
Nintendo games in general have a lot of wife leaving them things, and I have to wonder, is the treehouse alright? Do they want to talk to us?
Oh, I see. The tutorial's got a personality. It's getting sassy with me. What the fuck is that walking by me?
That's an old lady.
Is she human?
There's actually a good number of, like, subhuman type people in the game, and so you'll get to see some variance in the people.
Don't know whether I care if you're using the term subhuman, but it's the correct term, even if it sounds wrong. Wow, there's so much depth and lore to the camera controls.
Yeah, and it's funny because it tells you can use this auto camera, but I literally never use it because I just find controlling a camera manually to just be a lot better.
Mm-hmm. I saw you pop in there, Mr. Bouncer. Your stealth camo wore off. We're still using the Skype screen share with sounds, by the way, so whenever Tanner's not talking, he gets to listen to the beautiful music, which, how is the sound quality? Flame said it was a bit
It's definitely not the best, but it's enough that I can still enjoy the wonderful music and voice acting.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Whoa, okay. Wasn't expecting this so early in the game.
Salvager of some renown. That being case, I have dincy-wincy thing to ask of Rex.
I love Chairman Bana.
Yeah, I think this guy might have voiced enough on Chief in the original.
100,000 gold.
Oh, he might, yeah. Well, there are a lot of returning voice actors from the first game in various roles. I think the voice of Shulk is just an incidental voice actor in this game for a number of places, which I think is nice, yeah.
Total. I must be dreaming. I'll do it. I hereby swear to use every skill I possess to ensure this job is successful.
Yeah, our character's not that great of a guy.
No, he likes money. He really likes money.
Without even hearing details of job?
Oh, right. What kind of job is it?
Rex is like, no man, I don't care. $20 is $20.
Of course, I'll be fine.
If you say. Here, crew will explain the task. Bring them in.
Oh, here we go.
Sir.
Team building exercise. Jeez. Jesus Christ. It's fucking 3:30 in the afternoon. Wasn't ready for such shenanigans.
Oh, here we go. Remember I was talking about the extreme accent?
Here we go.
Wait till you hear Nia talk. And the Nomura crew.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's fucking Marluxia.
Right? That's like the most Nomura looking, like, and the best part is the character art in the menus for them are even just Nomura art.
So, there's something that we want to haul up. There were some current shifts. It showed up in an uncharted area.
Sounds like Squall.
It's a long way down.
Nice.
I think it
I like a
might
good
be...
challenge.
Let's see. I have the voice actors
Bana
out right
to
here.
assemble team of veterans.
John Schwab.
This crew
No.
very
I can tell you without checking that that's not Squall's voice actor.
from the theory.
Yeah, no, he pretty much only plays in Killzone and Witcher
Should
games.
Hire Rex.
Ha ha! You made the right choice.
Here we go.
A child salvager. Jen, don't tell me we're gonna have to hire some babysitters for this outing too.
She's Welsh.
You look as
Oh
much like a kid
yes,
as I
and it
am,
is such
lady.
as in cutscenes it's not too bad, but for gameplay for some reason her Welshness is cranked
What
up
are
by
you trying to
1,000,
say?
and it's so good.
Don't fuck with the Welsh. They may seem timid, but in battle, in the heat of war and blood and glory, their inner beast comes out.
Get it, Inner Beast? She has cat ears.
Joe Mark, what have I told you about speaking for me? Shut
Drop
your...
it, Nia. Though I did
Also,
see it.
reverse cat ears.
In any case,
It's an interesting
be
design
easy enough to
decision
make sure
that I actually really like.
Whoa, okay. I see they've got the wicked cutscene direction from the original down pat.
Oh, the cutscene direction for the end of chapter big climactic cutscenes are like Gurren Lagann levels of hype at times because they sync it to an orchestral soundtrack and it sounds so good and looks so good.
the sort.
you did think it though, right? And anyway, now we know.
Now we know.
You'll do right.
Now
And I don't
we
know if
know.
you're hearing,
Though you
but
don't
those
look
two
like
guys
ever.
do not
Where'd
have
you
British
learn those
accents.
arts?
Well, I suppose that's to immediately set them apart from Rex.
Even when I was little.
And actually,
That was
there is a
later.
number of characters who use American voice actors, and a really cool thing is that it's actually, like, not just random choices. They do some interesting stuff.
Okay. I like that, actually. Alright, well, bye then, I guess.
Yeah, Nia is a grade A tsundere.
I don't know whether I want you to explain that to the audience or not, or maybe we'll just leave it there.
Such
They have Google. Have fun trying to spell it.
Oh, thank you, Rocket League. That's going to be the next Patreon multiplayer stream.
Used to buy
Ooh,
what game
little
you
foreshadowing going on.
Oh,
stock.
yes.
Bana has arranged excellent vessel for you there.
So is he in debt to the mob? I think I may have misconstrued what was being said.
No, he's not in debt to the mob, but this is the first time he's getting a mission straight from like the leader of this entire trade thing, whatever, like the big trade ship. So he's getting an important mission and a lump of sum of money from him.
I'm going straight to the shop and spending all of this.
No, you can't use it just yet. He said he has to go somewhere to use it first before he can buy stuff.
Fair enough. Alright, let's go speak with Gramps.
So, if you notice, there's a lot of different shop types when you're passing. Like, you saw cosmetics and you saw all sorts of stuff. There's some interesting stuff with the amount of things you can buy. And yeah, this is an enemy. You can fight him.
Forgotten how to lock on.
Well, there's no lock on. You just press R to, lock on is R, yeah.
I'm pressing the R button, it doesn't seem to want... Oh, there we go. Okay.
You have to press A to take out your weapon.
Okay, lock on. There we go.
Time to take you
That
down.
was entirely my fault.
It's fine, because more often than not, as you go on later, the enemies will just attack you and start it for you.
Auto aggro. Nice. Do you automatically heal after battles like in the original?
Yes, and it is very fast.
Nice.
So you have your little quest tracker at the top there. That's like a compass pointing you to where you have to go. It's quite nice. The only thing is it does not track up and down. It just will tell you if it's above you or below you, but not how far.
Aww.
And one thing I really like about this is Rex is not just like some unknown character to the world. He is established as having worked here for years, and people know him, and people are like, hey Rex, let's grab a drink. And he's like, yeah, well, one day.
Yeah, why not? Oh, sorry, Gramps. I got shit to do. I'm gonna miss you, though.
Take it easy, Gramps.
That does not about cover it in the slightest.
I ought to gore you right here and now to set an example.
Grandpa, no, not the horn.
The horn.
This came straight from the chairman, remember? What more do you need? Anyway, I'm off. You can take a nap while you wait.
I like naps.
Come back here, will you? Rex!
Aw. I want to see if we can get up to, this Pyra character I've heard so much about.
There is I was gonna say, like, there is a point where it'd be, like, the good ending point, and that is right after you meet Pyra.
Cool.
So yeah, he needs to send some money back home.
Okay.
And that is well, he is greedy for money. It's not without good reason. He does send money back home.
Ooh, that's an interesting pop-up.
So whenever you get a quest, it will let you put it as the main quest, and that means it'll be marked on the map as, like, you know, this is where you're going to go next.
Okay.
And both story and non-story related quests have different markers. So you can have a marker up for the story quest and then a marker up for a side quest. And it's quite nice because then you don't have to worry about, you know, accidentally going on the story quest when you want to do side quests.
Alright, where's the accessories at? That's the central exchange. Honeycomb sweets.
So yeah, there's sweets. You can't do any weapon stuff right now because, well, you don't technically have a weapon yet. Even though you have this hunk of steel on your back.
Yeah. Well, it's no Monado, let's put it that way. Abyss vest. Oh, yes. I'll have one of those. So
it's funny because this one is like straight up one of the better items in the game and you get it first because it's not just a increase by like, you know, 200 HP. It is like by 24%.
Whoa.
And as such, it scales to level. And you don't get many percent items early on, so it's like that's one of the better ones right now.
Oh, what? The ghost!
You got spooked.
I did.
Did you buy the cursed copy of the game again?
Think I might have done. Right now, yeah, we'll get loot. Don't worry about it. Item list, perhaps?
Nope. Item list is just a list of items. Yeah, you need to go to characters.
Enhance arts, accessories. Whoa, Nelly, that is some increase.
Yeah, and again, it scales to level, so it's like, I've pretty much never unequipped this 50 hours in. In general, I'd say the accessories are not as important as a lot of other RPGs. They're nice supplements, but they're not something I ever go out of my way to try and get.
Okay. Thankfully, I am paying attention to the pop-ups, so it's not that type of quick look. Oh my god, it's a currency exchange unit.
Yeah, man, it's everyone's favorite RPG aspect, banking.
You'd think with, like, the world set above the skies, they'd just cut out the middleman and, like, friggin' have one currency. But no, gotta stay divided, I suppose.
Well, it is one currency, but you need to, if you want to transfer the money, you know, you gotta go through an official banking place.
I will say I'm liking, like, the upbeat and adventurous tone to the game in comparison to Xenoblade Chronicles' more epic feel.
Yes, and that is a consistent theme throughout it. Because this one is really like a journey. Like if I could equate it to something, it's like Journey to the West, where you are specifically starting at point A and need to get to point B. Like that is the overall quest, and as such, you know, you have the ups and downs of going on an adventure. It's less of an epic, more of an adventure.
I think that will help Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in the future, because it's going to be compared to the original no matter what, so I'd rather it be its own beast than an inferior copy of the first game.
Yeah, and I guess it's, as Xenoblade goes forward, it's looking less and less like you want to go down the stairs. Oh no, down the down area.
There he is. I found you, Max, you Korean bastard.
As it's going on, it seems like Xenoblade is looking to be more and more like a Final Fantasy type of different universes with some similar ideas and recurring characters and stuff. And so it'll be interesting to see where it goes in the future.
Yeah,
with,
sure.
You know, trying to move past the first game. And I actually like that a lot more than just like making it a straight sequel.
For sure. And, you know, if Nintendo can't get Final Fantasy sequels, have their own RPG series. How much should I send, do you think?
Well, I think you have to send it.
Fine. Corrine of Fonset Village. Is that a relative?
Well, I mean, I actually just got to Fonset Village, and yeah, you do meet Auntie Corrine.
Huh. Nice. I'm sure I'll forget that when I come back to play the game properly, but I'm still balls deep in fucking Breath of the Wild right now.
I mean, I literally forgot about it until, yeah, right there, Auntie Corrine. Yeah, it's like I forgot about it till I got there. And she sent you some shark.
Aww. Don't think I've ever actually had shark IRL, but I live a sheltered life.
I have had swordfish, which is close. Kind of. Not at all, no. So, look at the little no-pun Big Daddy.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So good.
Rex is up and coming, Rex improved quality, easier to sell. So what, does he test products as well?
Well, I mean, it's got a big economy, so, you know, you gotta get those 5-star reviews up on the universe's equivalent of Amazon.
Sky Etsy, maybe.
There you go.
I am.
There's a lot of pop-up text as you're walking around towns of people talking, and there's some really funny ones that, like, I pass because I'm just walking by, and then I go back and I'm like, no, say it again, it looked funny.
Alright, it's motherfucking salvaging time.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, because I didn't know until later, there are QuickTime events when you do this, and if you fail them, you get crap. So, make sure you do the QuickTime events well.
Oh, it's a good job I'm well acquainted with the Switch layout. I'm using the, what do you fucking call it? The rest? The all rest, if you will, for the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, I play using the Pro Controller, and it's, I mean, the good news is it's all consistent no matter what you're playing on, so.
Alright, 1 silver cylinder. Let's do this.
Time for some treasure hunting.
Let's do it. Oh!
Huh. Onwards.
This takes me back.
Actually, it's funny, the salvaging QuickTime events are way harder than the combat ones.
Did I come up with a load of guff again?
Not bad. I missed one.
You still get some good stuff. So the beams of light denote the rarity of the item, white being a 1-star, not very rare item, red being a 2-star, pretty good item, and then if you get a gold beam of light coming from an item, you got the good stuff.
Let's see if I can get a HP potion.
Anchor shot. Ha!
There we go. Nice. Yeah, this is really snappy.
Yes. So one interesting thing about, which you're not going to get into the combat as deep right now, but basically as you're playing, you actually are encouraged to cancel your auto attacks with the arts, because doing so actually will fill up your other meters faster. So if you want to do some really good stuff, you actually have to literally, as soon as you do the hit, press the art button and it will actually show a cancel effect. And that's why I say it's very similar to a fighting game, because you got to get that timing down of like normal into special.
Fishy. So charming, so pleasant.
Listen to this Korra music though, it's so good.
Oh, where am I? Barsing say right now, Jesus. Here we go, bit more quick time event fun.
I can't wait.
Fuck.
Yeah, the first one is the fastest and always the hardest to get. And if you fail the last one, Rex won't jump. He will just fall into the abyss, and it's so funny. You still get the reward, but...
Enemies.
So these Crabble enemies were also in the first Xenoblade.
Yes,
so
they were.
So one cool thing is there's a lot of just recurring enemy types that they bring back. Again, bringing up the comparison to Final Fantasy of, oh, well, it's the same sort of... There are, multiple enemies that are the same, but they're not the same in function.
Right.
Anchor shot. Ha!
There you go.
Why not? Ha!
Booyah.
Yeah!
We'll level up so fast by taking out these mobs.
Actually, speaking of the level up system, they do something kind of interesting in this, in that the combat is not your primary way of leveling up.
Huh.
You remember how in Xenoblade 1, you would gain experience for just exploring?
Oh, I love that.
So that is back in this one, along with you get experience for quests, but the difference is you do not get it as soon as you, do the exploring. It is actually saved up until you go to an inn, and then you, cash it all out.
Right.
So, for instance, I was level 35 for a couple hours, and then I finished this one dungeon, and when I was done, I went to an inn and instantly became level 42. You do big jumps instead of small ones, and I actually really like that.
I thought I said Bowser Lounge for a second, though.
We all want to visit the Bowser Lounge.
Oh yeah, I know Flame does. Jeez. I wonder if those other, drivers have fucked off already, just waiting for him to get back.
So, the distortion of time in Xenoblade 2 is actually really hilarious, because there are instances where it's right, we're leaving in an hour on this ship, and then you see the in-game timer, which advances at a minute per second, and you can be wherever you want to be for a week, and it would be fine. Or, for instance, there's one time where it's we gotta get back to this one place, and it's oh, it's gonna take a week to get back there. Menu, skip travel, done.
Alright, I think we're all set to go off on an adventure now.
Yeah, but you gotta have a sleep.
Fair dues. Rumble Tum, oh my god, this is so fucking English and I love it.
One cool thing is every single store has its own name, and as well as kind of character, because later on you get the ability to buy them. You get the deeds and become like the owner of 1,000,000 stores.
That's pretty great. Bishy bashy. Nice talking to you. Right, where am I actually going? Is this it? This seems comfy.
So yeah, the good thing though is by having it kind of pile up and then you totally cash it all in at once with the experience is even characters who aren't in your party per se at important times, they can still get the levels up because they still get it, and then you can use it on them at the inn.
Alright, well, have a bit of a short rest. That's great, by the way. Ooh, can level up. Select a level. Level 3 will do.
Yeah.
So yeah, later on you get to like, it's like select your level, and it's like 3 or 14. And it's like, well, I wonder what I'm gonna choose. I mean, you can technically do like a low level run of this, but I don't know why you would.
Yeah, I'd rather be a god figure than a pauper, honestly.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I mean, it's a bed versus like a rocky hillside, you know?
Well, he has a bed I don't want to say in Gramps. On Gramps.
Yeah, not much better. Alrighty. Just in case you forgot where the exit was, it was a short nap after all. Okie dokie, artichoke. I'm not going to use those shops because I need to save money.
Yeah, and a lot of the shops are, like, the only real important shops are, like, your weapons shop, your armor shop, or your accessory shop, and then every other shop is, yeah, they're about for filling up the pouches with. So you can get, basically, every character will have, 2 different favorite items and 2 different favorite types of items. So you need to give them those items, then you can unlock stuff. So, for example, Rex really likes his aunt's braised sea shark. So you can put that into his pouch and he gets a bunch of passive buffs.
Okay, shall I do that now then?
And then you want to head to the pouch.
Ah, here we go. Nice.
And these are temporary timed effects. So for 20 minutes, which is real world time,
okay,
you can you get a buff on yourself. Later on, it'll be like every single blade that you get has their own favorite items, and one of the things to unlock a new power might be give them their favorite item 4 times or something.
Okay.
And they all have little unique, with their favorite items, they all have unique things to say about them, you know, talking about how good the tea is, or saying how this one painting brings back memories, and it's kind of interesting the way they go about giving a lot of character, like the blades, which I thought were just going to be super generic. You know, this is your stand, pretty much. But it's like, no, there's a lot of character they give to them with who they are and what they like.
This is a lot less pleasant than Grams, but if it means adventure, I'll board any ship. Go anywhere.
What are you, 12? Wait, maybe you are 12.
That's kind of funny because his age is ambiguous right now.
I can tell an awesome feat of engineering when I see one.
My favorite thing is, much later on, there's a moment where this kid's like, why are you calling us kids? You're a kid too. And he's like, hey, I pay. I have a job.
That rope will take your leg off. Gotcha.
What, you little...
Now look whose mouth's hanging open.
Not sure I like the Arbiter just chilling in the background there.
He's on his way back from Killer Instinct.
There's no one seeing you off, right? You got night watch. Till then, rest up inside.
I'm not trying to be funny, but did they forget to texture him?
No?
Just looked a bit weird compared to these fucking anime guys straight out of Furikuri or something.
I will say something. There is quite a difference between the porcelain white skin of your main characters versus the actually incredibly diverse NPC cast.
Okay. The Maelstrom. That's a dope name for a ship.
Almost too good to be your ship's name.
Set sail. Yeah, let's fucking do this. Yes. Didn't realise this world used terms like goose pimples and whatnot. I thought they'd be anime terms like, I don't know, Shrek, Bubbles, I don't fucking know.
Well, there is, like, for instance, there is a made-up curse word substitute where you say, instead of saying damn it, you say Titan's foot.
Oh, yeah.
And I do like that. But then you got other characters who just swear.
It's like hell goddamn crap.
Oh, no. We got like, one of the characters will literally call an old man an old piece of shit. And you got him, like word for word, you got him saying the word asshole every second line, and I'm like, this is a Nintendo game? What the heck?
I forget, did Dixon swear in the original? I seem to recall him saying bastard at least once.
Oh, I think he would say bastard, but that's like... That's not too bad of a word.
Not
but
really.
No, like this game goes in on characters who swear. Oh yeah, there's another time where like there's a whole conversation where it's like, oh, you son of a bitch, and then it's like, oh, I'm the son of a bitch, you're the son of a bitch, and it's like, and then later on it's like, I guess I'm the son of a bitch now, and I'm like, what is this dialogue?
Yeah, seriously. He wants booze. Oh. It's time to get fucking liquored, mate.
And as I was saying earlier, Rex himself actually really likes to drink. It's a level of characterization you don't normally see in JRPGs.
Yeah.
Especially because he's, underage. Maybe not in all rest, but...
But I mean, he's practically an adult going out and doing his own jobs and whatnot, so... Oh, I see. We just have to talk to, like, the drivers and whatnot.
Yeah, gonna get a bit of characterization. Joe Mark is a good dog. I like him a lot. Or cat. Technically cat.
He's a tiger, mate. He's a white tiger.
Shut up. It's a good dog. Anything fluffy with 4 legs is a good dog.
And arrived.
Ah.
So every time you get the landmark thing, that means bonus experience.
Well, obviously. I've played Xenoblade Chronicles, I found all the secret landmarks. I used a guide, but still. Not sure this is a good start to our relationship. Being very standoffish with the details.
Oh, Malos is just kind of a prick altogether.
Okay. Booze! I want booze!
I love how you can hear that from the lower deck.
I didn't actually realize this guy could talk. Interesting.
Yes, every single blade is, like, in terms of, like, sentience, from the lowest level, generic robot, to the highest level, like, giant beast monster, they all talk and can pretty much pass for human. That's where we get into later when I was talking about the interesting dynamics between, like, the driver-blade relationships. You get some really interesting stuff talking about, well, what's the difference between us other than the status we're born unto? And it's like, whoa, hey!
Yes. This is no pleasure cruise, we're here to get treasure.
Rex ain't buying that.
Mm-mm. Okay. Fucking Marluxia. Just because you dye your head and stop talking about the Keyblade doesn't mean I don't know who you are.
Oh, don't forget putting on an entirely ineffective mask.
Yeah. No, this is our conversation. Go away, Nopon, man.
He's just coming over to check.
I think that's it, so I'll just go back to where I was.
Yep. You gotta go take over the shift.
It's a new day, everyone.
Gotta work, gotta get paid. Oh yeah. There's a lot of quotes for whenever it becomes day or night.
Oh, the sun is rising, and we survived another day.
There's some that are just pretty understated, like, oh hey, it's night now. But then there's some that are really funny, where like later on Pyro will be like, hey, it's night, and I'm glowing again.
In another few hours, the sun will rise. What does that mean? I don't know, but it's true. I'm seeing butt kiss. Except for that. That looks interesting.
That's the black ship from the harbour. Is it following us?
You should never trust a ship that is colored black.
No, never.
I'll have you know I've got a name. It's Nia. They've started boozing below decks. You should join them.
Yes, let's do it.
Why aren't you there?
It's not that I hate it. I just really don't need a headache right now.
I like her voice. Like, I remember...
It's good.
I remember hearing it was, like, really childish and whatnot, but, it seems to fit her character.
No, it's actually, I've seen people say it's childish, but it actually is, she has a very mature voice and demeanor, which, you know, goes a little bit against her. If you saw it when Rex called her a child, she got wasn't a big fan of that.
My name's Rex.
Okay, Rex.
Ooh, this sounds almost like the title screen of Xenoblade Chronicles.
That there.
Oh wait, no. This might be just from the initial trailer for Xeno 2.
I think this is this game's title screen, actually.
You find all sorts of things digging through salvage. Some of it trash. Some of it treasure. But all of it from people long gone.
I'm seeing the wistful nature of Xenoblade Chronicles creeping in already.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one go under just the other day. It was a pretty big one.
Yeah, so it's kind of, you know, the whole living on living things thing seems quite nice until you realize, wait a sec, they die, and then what happens to the people on them?
Mm-hmm.
But up there, Elysium is waiting for us.
Alright, I like this as a story point.
Seriously, kid? Elysium? Don't tell me you believe that gaff.
I'm Welsh, you know.
So that's, why you're a salvager. It's just a lie for children. And that there is just an overgrown shrub.
Oh, I mean, as long as it gets fed and watered, it's not going to die like another organic being, so might as well try and live on an overgrown shrub.
To fight over dwindling land and resources. No need to worry about our homes sinking away. Everyone could have peace and security. I mean, a dream like that, isn't that worth believing in?
Ooh, Rex, sounds like you're heading down the communist path.
Ooh.
Everyone.
Final boss, Stalin.
No, I think you mean Shin Stalin.
Oh, no.
People were pretty selfish by nature, but you...
Just give him like the little halo thing that Zamos has in Dragon Ball behind him, and he's just doing like the two hands out pose.
Gramps? Oh, the same one who taught you to use arts.
Yeah. He basically raised me himself.
It was kind of hard. He had to put the nappies on with his horn, and that didn't go well, as you can probably expect.
I'm not sure I catch your drift, but this Gramps of yours sounds alright.
Huh.
And you're alright.
This music is fucking gorgeous, mate.
Oh yeah, no, like, I fully believe that this game's soundtrack is better than Xenoblade 1's, which is a lot to say, but there's tracks where it's like you reach, like, what is kind of like Gower Plain, and it plays a track that makes Gower Plain sound like a MIDI file.
Wow.
Like, it is so good.
All personnel, report to stations.
Oh shit, it's go time.
Suit up and proceed to hatch.
Let's do this shit. Hurry! I'm hurrying! I can't go fast enough. Where's the run button?
Your target is located inside a shipwreck 400.
So I definitely get when looking at the NPCs, combined with the sort of watery atmosphere that goes on with the diving and stuff, I actually got a really big Final Fantasy X vibe from this game. In terms of just the world and the characters and stuff, and I think that's super good, because Final Fantasy X is really good.
I always like the story of FF10. I've not played it, well, beyond the first half hour, but I have seen the whole story.
We're paying you lowlives a lot, so don't screw it up.
Fine, cheese.
So we're not going to get to it, but Nia's voice when you get her in the party and she starts doing some just generic party lines, like when you travel, her Welshness gets cranked up so much where you have, when you fast travel, normally characters say, "And we've arrived," or "And we're here," but when Nia says it, for some reason her Welshness goes on overdrive, and we're here turns into "And we're here," and I'm like, whoa, calm down. It took me a few tries to understand what she was saying. I'm like, is she saying here? How come it sounds like it has 4 E's in there now? It's so great. I love Nia's voice because it gets so thick later.
Is that it?
So is it an actual ocean, or is it just clouds?
It is, so like the top layer is clouds, but the bottom is pretty much ocean. They say like, oh, the clouds are so dense you could drown in them. So it's pretty much an ocean.
Okay.
They do say swimming in it is actually different to feel. So one actually kind of cool thing though is, unless you're like really, really high up, if you ever fall off of the world into the clouds, you don't die, you just start swimming in the clouds and have to find a way back up.
Huh. What happens if you don't, though?
I mean, you just swim around.
Oh.
And you can always fast travel out of there.
Okay, well,
so yeah, it's not that big a deal, but it's like, you can actually find secrets by like plummeting to what would be your death in every other game.
Are there still like random achievements and whatnot you can get?
Not really, unless you count there are like for some affinity awards, it will be like, to unlock this skill, walk 5,000 miles, or fall this far, or jump this many times, and those are tied directly to skills, not so much tied to just, achievements for achievement's sake.
I got you.
Whoa, that's massive.
The appearance matches our reports, but it's what's inside that matters.
Oh yeah, treasure hunting time.
Secure. Proceed to second phase.
Alright, I'm wondering how we transition from here to that green hilled area where Pyra is.
Excellent work.
Oh, you'll get to see.
You're not half bad, you know that.
She likes
Do
me.
this for a living, remember?
All teams, proceed inside when ready.
Will do.
I like how he's speaking like that when he's right in front of us.
Yeah.
You with us.
Me?
You're gonna drag the kid along. Seriously?
I mean, he can fight.
Thinks you need all the help
He can
you
fight
get.
crab snails. He's good enough.
Well, don't just stand there. You've got your orders, haven't you?
Alright, calm it down. Jeez.
Thankfully, unlike some heavy tsundere types, Nia does open up fairly quickly.
Oh, thank Christ for that.
Yeah, it's not like 40 hours in and she's still like that. No, it's fairly quickly.
Oh, I thought this was a Titan they were dragging up.
No, this is a ship. But it's important to note that every look at this Nomura art. Look at the difference between the characters.
Oh my god.
Like, it is just Nomura art.
Who do you recommend?
I don't recommend having Jin in, because he does not have a blade.
Good point.
So, yeah.
Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So this game, much like Xenoblade 1, you can select another character to be the one you play as, but honestly, I don't know why you wouldn't play as Rex, because honestly, he has the most systems and stuff.
Same with Shulk in the first game. Like, I need the Monado most of the time. What the hell is that?
Thankfully, unlike in Xenoblade 1, there is never an instance where, like, you need to play as Rex. It's not like there's, like, necessary Monado arts, but instead it's just like, he has the most options, therefore he's the most fun.
Ooh, back attack.
Yeah, you know how that works.
Nice.
Sadly, we do not get to hear him yell, backslash!
Aw, he blowed me down. Oh, I love it.
So you see when there's like the little moon circle around, that means it's a critical hit. So if you see in the top right corner there's like a combo tree.
Right.
That, at the very beginning of the game, is just, it's always there taunting you, because actually getting a full combo with your team is quite difficult, until later on, in which it becomes everything you strive for, because it gets so hype as you get full combos.
Oh, I like
That's
that.
how drivers and blades fight.
Unbelievable!
They're monsters themselves.
I do find it kind of funny that at the beginning of the game they're like, wow, a driver and a blade, so crazy, and then you go to towns later on and it's like, yeah, we just got him. It's no big deal.
It's like a Blade bargain sale.
Let's move!
Talk about self-important.
I think Nia might be my spirit animal.
To respect my elders.
Oh, Nia's great. Oh, she's so good.
Elders.
Hello?
We got Metal Gear Nopon going on over here.
He's no Riki, but then again, not many Nopon can reach his level.
Oh, okay. The Nopon party member you get in this game, in my eyes, surpasses Riki 100%.
Oh, that's
It's tough, but he does some. Look, I'm just gonna say these words to you and let them sink in. Weeaboo Nopon.
What?
That's all I'm gonna say.
Sure. How to lure enemies. Okay.
Yeah, this is very useful because there'll be times where there'll be like a bunch of enemies around each other, and you're like, I don't want to fight all of you. So yeah, you press down on the D-pad while locked onto them. Not with your weapon out. You have to put your weapon back in, which is R1 plus B. You have to hold R1 and then press B.
Okay.
There you go. So yeah, you lock on. I had no idea how to work this. You lock on, then press down on the D-pad.
I keep trying to lock on, but it won't. Okay, I think I was pressing it's ZR.
Just so.
Oh, is it ZR? Oh, huh.
Okay, time to take you down.
Are you hearing this electric guitar bullshit going on right now?
No, there's actually one thing I will say about this game is it does have a lot of variance in its tracks compared to Xenoblade 1, where you get some different genres played quite a bit for different circumstances, including different battle tracks.
Interesting.
Hey, look what I found!
I found the thing! I'll give it some enemies to smash up.
See, that's usually when you find stuff. The general way this game works is it'll usually be, driver says something and then the blade will reply, or the blade will say something and the driver will reply, which leads to some interesting combinations when you later on get some the more interestingly designed blades with their own interesting characters. And they have their own things to say. Like, for instance, because this game does kind of use a gacha system with getting the blades. Because when you get one of their cores, you have to, open it, and there's a chance on what you'll get, ranging from a common to a rare. And so, the common ones all kind of look the same. But then you get the rare ones, which are like, for instance, I got a totally yandere, crazy shadow puppet lady who has a horrible obsessive crush on Rex. And, does not let anyone get in her way.
Okay, time to take you down.
Or you can just get Cosmos from Xenosaga. She's just in it as a character. It's a bit weird. It's a bit strange combining the Xeno games.
Oh, just give me them potions, baby. So many enemies to kill.
As you go on later, you end up getting, ones that will give you big potions which heal more, or ones that refill life slowly over time.
There you go. This figure's done nothing to me. I'm just gonna fall through here, I guess.
Well, the good news is that's where you have to go.
Cool. No, guys, how do I switch targets?
It's RZ plus A and or X and left and right.
Oh, run, Rex! We don't know how to play games. Oh my god!
New enemy in the mix.
Oh god, I'm dead.
Juice.
Became a spirit there. I don't know what happened.
So the good news is, much like Xenoblade, death is nothing. It's like whatever.
Oh, that was panic-inducing. I'll, if there is ever a playthrough, I'll make sure to learn the controls for sure.
Because, like I said, the way the game introduces you the controls and the gameplay mechanics, it does open them up slowly enough that you do totally learn every part of the system before, you're given everything.
There you go.
Like, for instance, you don't get chain attacks until probably about 30 hours in.
So it is R. I guess I just have to tap it
I usually hold it, but
There you go, there's the battle controls. R plus Y. Okay.
yeah. It's better to just think of it as like the 4 face buttons, you know, and just think like left and right or up and down. That's your fast travel.
I know.
Actually, they are updating it, though, because one problem that a lot of people have with this is the way it works is you actually, when you press X, it will show you the fast travel map for, like, every major area, and you actually have to go in to then click on the area you're in to fast travel. So in the next update, they're actually adding it in, so when you press X, it will just show the area you're in for faster fast travel. So they are updating it based on a few people's requests, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because, again, this game is getting a DLC expansion in 2018, like a story expansion, too.
Ooh.
So it's like, you know, Nintendo has fully embraced story-based DLC, and, you know, they do it well. So I'm down for that.
Yeah, I totally want to get the Champion's Ballad for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, well, the reason that, of course, they put in Rex's armor into Breath of the Wild as an unlockable is because Monolith Soft, the guys who made this, actually helped out create the open world for Breath of the Wild because, of course, you know, the Nintendo proper probably doesn't have the best track record with trying to, you know, get open world to begin with, so they got a company that knew what they were doing.
Yeah, why not, you know? It's slowly becoming second nature to me now.
Yeah, so you want to try and use your arts right at the end of the third hit of your combo to do the most damage, because it will get rid of the iframes then.
Ah, okay.
Not the iframes, no, no. Whatever, fighting game terms. Your vulnerable frames.
There you go.
Okay, time to take you down.
Stay on your toes.
Ha!
Yeah, the enemies of this world are actually very aquatic looking. So you're fighting basically like a giant isopod right now, but you get a good number of watery looking enemies, like based on sea creatures, which I really like, because you know there are monsters in real life and they just live at the bottom of the sea.
Oh yeah.
Show 'em a thing or three. Don't mind
Let's
me.
do it.
Sometimes I stay up at night and just Google what hellish creatures live at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh,
that totally helps me sleep.
Yeah,
but it's like they're terrifying, and I really feel like you could make entire JRPGs just based on real examples of things that live in this world.
Oh yeah, we're destroying things now.
It was a meaningless victory.
Oh, shut up.
So, one complaint that a lot of people have about this game is, in combat, the characters are quite chatty. There will be a lot of voice lines going on top of each other, and it's not too bad when you're fighting these enemies, which just kind of make squeaking noises, but later on when you start to fight, say, a horde of human enemies who all have the same voice clips, and they only have 2 of them, and your characters are talking at the same time, it does get pretty loud, but it becomes funny at a point, so then it's fine. In general, I'd say this game, as of, like, you know, when you're at the start of the game, later on it gets better, but at the start of the game, you hear all the voice clips pretty early for your basic party cast, and so it gets a little like, okay, but later on, as more plot happens, more voice lines are unlocked, so you get a lot more variety later, but for now, it's like, you will hear the same things a number of times.
Thanks for doing the majority of the commentary while I play, by the way. I'm not very good with RPGs on the fly, but you do visual novels almost daily, I've noticed.
Well, Danganronpa is slightly a visual novel, but yeah, no, I do RPGs and anime games a lot, so it's pretty much second nature. Especially in something like this, later on it just becomes almost like a music rhythm game with just waiting for your auto attacks and then pressing the your stuff. So this one is one that would be not too bad to do like a live Let's Play of. But there's some where I'm like, I tried to do Devil May Cry live, and oh god, talking and playing that game with the combos at the same time was a feat. was a challenge.
Right, so it's wanting me to get fuel. Is that correct?
Yep, an ether fuel chamber. Ether being, of course, the energy that was also in Xenoblade 1, and I think X.
Whee!
So they keep that as a recurring sort of thing.
I guess I just gotta look around for ether then.
So one really good thing that you actually unlock later is, as I was saying, you get the ability to buy shops later, and not only do you get like a cut of the profits, which is nice, but you also, every shop you buy will give you an exclusive like stat buff, but not in the way like for combat. Like for instance, there's one that increases your radius for item collection. So you don't have to walk as close to pick up the items, so you'll just walk near them and they're all like ratchet and clank into you, you know? And then I got one that actually increases my general walking in the field speed, which is like really nice. Hey, a cylinder bank. Could that be where the cylinder may be?
Possibly. Level 5.
A system of having the enemies target a character is actually really important, because later on your characters start to go into roles of being either an attacker, a tank, or a healer.
Right.
And so you'll have, like, for example, abilities that not only attack, but cause the enemy to be aggroed onto you, which, you know, for a tank is something you really want. But for a healer, you don't really want, because they usually have less HP. So it's really, it becomes a balancing act of, well, if I use this, then I'll be targeted, so... And you got a new art.
Double spinning edge. Oh, beautiful. Nice. Mr. Man over here also got a new art, I noticed.
Yes, he did.
Not gonna call him by his name. He's been a dick to me. I'm gonna be patronizing to him.
Hey, it's only fair.
Yeah. There you go. Drink up, you silly machine.
Actually, speaking of, like, names, one kind of interesting thing is, a lot of the characters had their names completely changed from Japanese to English. So for example, you have Jin on your party, that's the Marluxia-looking guy. Right. But in Japan, he's Shin, which is like, okay, you could have probably kept that and no one would have been none the wiser, but...
Whoa, Nelly.
Look at this Zamtrios-looking guy. What is this, Monster Hunter?
Not planning on letting us past, huh? Sounds like a challenge.
Boss theme, go now.
Oh, the boss theme's so good.
Fuck yeah.
Unlike Xenoblade 1, which was done by oh, what's her face? The lady who does the Mario and Luigi games and Kingdom Hearts.
Yoko Shimomura.
Yoko Shimomura, yeah. These ones are done by Ace, who did a lot of the remixes for Smash Bros. For the Xenoblade music. And here they got to just fully make music themselves. And in my opinion, they do a lot better than what Shimomura did. There's some that are just so good.
Well, I remember people being really happy to have like Ace back and whatnot, because they were a big part of what made the original so great. Okay. Stats will increase. Alright.
So an interesting thing later on is you'll get enemies whose stats will not only increase when they get mad, but their element will change, which changes a bit about the dynamics on what you're using such. So this game does feature a system of break, goes into topple, goes into launch, goes into smash, and that is like a combo system you can do with your party members. But as of now, there's no way to get them effectively, but later on, when you get the ability to change your own dudes around, you will have the ability to do combos entirely yourself.
Dude, this really is fighting game parlance, really.
Oh yeah, because you can get 3 blades at once, 4 under a special condition, but by doing that, each one has its own set of skills,
right.
And by doing that, you can at any time switch between them, and your arts will restore, even when they're not in your party, so you can, like, as you're fighting, it will be restoring the arts for the other guys, and so you can just keep doing arts as it goes on. There's no downtime once you have three blades.
No, How do we open this thing?
Bash it. That's what I do. There's a big button.
It looks like a pretty big, obvious button. Oh, hey, what's this?
There you go.
So that was a release toggle.
Yes, it was.
Hey, looks like Rex is not doing too bad.
No?
Wait. There. Open that door too.
The door to Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, right? They look so Nomura.
I know.
I really do like how this game has a lot of guest artists brought in to design their own characters, because you got Nomura doing these guys, but then all the rare blades, every single one is designed by a different guest artist from Japan, from various manga, from famous online artists, and they all have their own unique voice actors too, in both English and Japanese. And I've heard some people say that it kind of sucks that there is a lack of visual cohesion among a lot of them, but I really love how they just said, no, design what you want, we'll put them in the game, and not you have to design to our specifications. And that's a camera angle.
Yes, it is.
Rex is like, is this what it means to be a man?
Yeah, when a boy comes of age, he gets his own sword and anime waifu. Really, this is just building upon the Monado is alive sort of thing.
Yep, I don't 100% know as of where I'm playing if it is actually related to the Monado in any way, or if this game is related to the first one, but I've heard rumblings that it might be, so...
Aegis.
I'm kind of down with them keeping the story in internet rumor territory for stuff like that.
Huh?
Too late. Owner registered.
Nothing personnel, kid.
Wow, really?
But why?
Nani?
Don't take it personally.
Buckana.
An act of mercy.
See, he even said don't take it personally.
Yeah. I mean, if it can shatter, like, candy, it's not that good of a sword, really.
Well, thanks for our quick look at Xenoblade 2. Looks like Rex is dead. Roll credits. Play the lyrical theme.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Don't know what that was.
Let's ship out the Aegis. Nia, call the Monoceros.
Some nice internal framing there. They actually do use a lot of really good, like, film techniques for the cutscenes. Like, again, the cutscene direction is so good.
Uh-huh. Oh, so this is how we get to, the ending of Majora's Mask.
Yeah, right? That's like that. It looks so much like it. When I saw it, I'm like, wow, this is, like, look at that. That is just Majora's Mask.
Mm-hmm. I think the tree's better at Majora's Mask, but I'm just nitpicking now.
Are we gonna do a top 10 list of games, Nintendo games by trees?
Top 10 Nintendo games featuring trees on a hill. Number 1, Majora's Mask. Number 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And so on.
I've seen some people online say Pyrrha's character design is terrible, to which I say, no, you are the one who is terrible. I love her design. I mean, obvious assets aside, I actually really love, like, the scarves, the red and the green, and the gold. It looks so good.
Stopped.
Also, short hair is always a welcome thing.
Well, I'm not going to agree or disagree there, lest my fetishes be revealed.
Where are we?
This is... Elysium.
The land where long ago, mankind lived in harmony with their creator.
Ah, so she's American as well. Does that mean Blades all have American accents?
Get out.
Not necessarily, because remember Dromark, the tiger dog,
Yes.
had a British accent.
True, very true.
Is that a core crystal? You're a blade.
My name is Pyra.
What? Oh, right. Mine is...
I know you. You're Rex, right?
I saw you die.
How
It was
did you
cool.
know my name?
Just now, when we came into contact.
Just now? Sorry. I can't seem to remember how I got here.
I'm just enjoying the cutscenes at this point.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's really well done.
Stabbed through the heart by Jin.
He's to blame. The PS3 still has no games. Classic.
Like, at first I thought, oh, he was just stabbed. That's pretty bad. It's like, no, stabbed through the heart. It's like, wow, yeah, that's pretty...
I remember now. That bastard stabbed me. Oh, man. This is bad. Everyone in the guild is in danger.
Look at him run.
Wait, I can't do anything if I'm dead. Titan's fucked. If I wasn't dead, I'd kick that guy's ass.
I thought he said Titan's fucked then.
Rex, I have a request. Can you take me to Elysium?
Thought we were on Elysium.
Elysium? But isn't that here?
Thank you, Rex.
This world is merely a memory. An ancient, half-forgotten memory of what once was. The real Elysium lies in your world. Atop the world tree that rises from the heart of all rest.
The underside of the scarves have a very Xenoblade X sort of design.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just in terms of
But there's no
coloration.
way. I'm dead, remember? How can I help if I'm not breathing?
I will give you half of my life force.
Ah, there's something similar to this in other media. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Where, like, giving half the life and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that actually sounds super familiar. But...
Aegis.
Nope, I can't remember either, but you're right.
What will you do, Rex?
It's not really established at this point, but the actual shape of her crystal is different from every other core crystal on this world.
Right.
So for most characters, it is like a blue diamond shape, like just a square diamond. But the fact that hers is green and a like cross shape is actually a big important deal.
You can save the world. Save it from the slow demise that is its fate.
We wouldn't have to live in fear.
Dutch angles, though.
Then there's only one choice. I'm in. Let's go to Elysium.
Let's make a pact.
I'll take you there myself.
Thank you, Rex. Now place your hand on my chest.
Okay, if you say so.
he's just like, yep, I'm in.
I'm gonna register my sword. Fine, why not?
Confront the chest, Rex. Confront it!
And now you are the titty monster.
What a twist!
Yeah, Pyra's cool so far.
No, I really like her. She is... Well, it's interesting because they did... in I don't know if you remember in the Xenoblade Direct, but they actually then spoil a little bit of a plot twist with her later in it. But it is... What they do with that plot twist is like they don't even go into what it means, and it's so hype.
I don't actually remember, so...
Well, there you go. I won't say.
I'm conflicted on whether I like the Aegis, was it?
Yes.
More than the Monado. It still looks cool though. If there are different swords, like we were talking about how, it might become a Final Fantasy type franchise. If there's just a red sword with a different shape in every game, I'd be cool with it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it actually, in this one, it doesn't necessarily evolve like, say, the Monado does, but it does change in ways that are pretty cool.
Okay.
The fewer living souls know about it, the better.
Oh, jeez.
I can't do that.
So yeah, the Nomura guys are the bad guys!
Da 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 blah!
Now. Have you forgotten why you came here to begin with?
Don't make me beat you with this coffin, Neo.
No.
And then it becomes a Muso.
Oh, for the love of... Fine, I'll handle it myself. What the...
Don't you hate it when your coffin catches on fire?
She's awake. This is completely my aesthetic right now.
It's so good. So this is what I mean, like when the cutscenes get anime hype, they get anime hype.
Yeah, he's no short, sweetie, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's trying his best.
Rex?
You and that sword can't be!
I thought that was a cutscene like halfway through the game, but it's the fucking start.
Nope, yep.
Pyra! Here! Cover me!
Got it.
Jin, leave him to me.
Oh, here we go!
Sorry, kid. I can't let the likes of you just claim her power for yourself. This is as far as it goes.
These cutscenes are so well directed.
Oh yeah, I really like the design of the opened Aegis. Not the closed version, I think the closed one looks bad, but with it open with the huge energy blade coming out, I think it looks super dope.
A child, don't make me laugh. This kid has made himself the Aegis' driver!
The Aegis' driver. Rex is...
His battle cries, Rex's battle cries, they're lacking in ferocity. Oh my god, he took the sword and did a fucking cross slash with it.
So the whole thing is the weapons of the blades are like given to the drivers to use. So the weapons are always originally the blade's weapon, but for supers, the driver will hand the weapon back to the blade and do a super art, and it's super cool to see them passing the weapons between each other.
He's trying. He's trying.
So the blades do have to like be close by to be able to use the weapons to their fullest. So that's why I say they're pretty much stands, because then you'll have like these big hulking things with powers just chilling out behind during battle. And then they'll do stuff occasionally. It's pretty dope.
Totally down for tag team waifu attacks.
You rat.
Your blade, it did not cut deep enough.
But with those eyes, I guess I should have been more wary from the start.
What do you mean?
Like I tell you.
Okay, that's a post quick look plot twist, I suppose. Oh, we're gonna get a boss fight before this is over.
I don't remember if you do.
It's certainly framing it like it is. Oh my god.
It is, yeah.
Oh my god, yes! Here we go.
Let's show him a thing or three.
Max has been brought back from death's door as the driver of the Aegis.
So that's going to teach you a little bit about the differences now that you actually have, you know, a normal weapon.
Strengthen affinity in battle by staying physically close to your blade. Gotcha, gotcha. Right. So it is basically stands and range and whatnot.
Yes, so you have the little blue line coming off of you. As the battle goes on, it will end up getting like more waveformy, and then once it's at max, it will turn gold, and it'll go super crazy, and then that will power up all your attacks a lot.
Why not?
So on a one-on-one fight like this, there's no way to get, say, like your back attack or your side attack going, because he'll always be facing you. But once you get more party members to distract them, then you can do that, and it does give a healthy chunk of extra damage.
So is there any way to get that super-duper powerful attack?
I think it might start giving it to you in a sec. If you see on your bar there's one non-colored in attack icon.
Right.
That powers up when you do stuff, and there you go.
Let's fucking do it. Oh my god.
You can okay, so you can use it now, but it goes up to level 4.
Oh my god.
And as the levels, well, level 3 for now, I think you get 4 later. But as it goes up, it gets more and more hype. So you can use it now, or you could save up for the... So yeah, this is where I say about the canceling. To get that meter up faster, you want to, as soon as your character does an attack, cancel it with one of your arts. And you'll see like a little ring happen when you do that. So you saw the little blue ring? That was a cancel, which gives you a lot more meter for your special.
There you go.
So now you're at level 2.
Alright, I'm getting the hang of this.
The canceling actually feels so good when you hit it because it will instantly change your thing. And your specials all have the quick times.
Oh yeah, blade combo, let's do this. After you assault an enemy with a special, see a gauge. The possible routes for the blade combo will be displayed on screen.
So not only will you do a stronger attack, you will get a second hit based on the combo. So for instance, you use a fire attack, and then if you use water, it will create steam, which will totally kill your opponent. So now you actually, because you used 1, you can now use the A button to do a level 2, and you basically go level 1, 2, and 3. And now if you do another one, you'll do Mega Explosion.
No effect. Anchor shot.
Nice, nice, nice.
So yeah, level 3 blade combos are the ones that you want to try and get for these, because then it ends up doing like these super huge cinematic things that will do like launch Mega Explosion combo, and it will say in big words on the screen, and it's so cool.
I kind of got lost in that, but it was cool all the same.
Right? Like it feels cool what you're doing, even if you don't 100% know what's going on.
You're good, kid. It's no simple feat to control the Aegis like that. However...
I have the power of Namora Darkness. Again with a shit. Yeah, that was a pretty nice sword. Be a shame if someone shattered it a second time.
Understood.
What?
Betrayal! Kitty, thank you.
What's better than a stand? A stand you can ride on.
Oh my god.
Nia, I don't think you quite comprehend your position.
I get it, but...
You're starting to piss me off!
So yeah, this Malos character is the most vulgar for his swearing, and it gets insane later.
I didn't expect Pyro to be this proactive, honestly.
Oh, yes.
My god. This is great.
Oh, and this is theme of hype. It gets so good.
Oh, is this, engage the enemy?
Pretty much.
You're pretty sharp for someone who's only just woken up.
I love the juxtaposition of, like, the embers against the rain.
Oh, yeah. No, the visual composition of this game gets so good later with just, like, basic colors contrasting each other. The cutscenes are so well done.
Then I have no choice but to stop you.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I remember this from the trailers. So, if Pyro's a blade, does that mean she's just wielding herself right now?
Well, the whole thing is, like, the blades, like, the weapons come from the blades, but if they use them themselves, it drains their power.
Okay.
So they have to have, like, the driver as a conduit for that power. So she can use her own weapon, but it does slowly drain her over time.
Gotcha. That's not a permanent thing, is it?
No.
Okay. I said stop, and I said please. Such ruffianly behavior.
So yeah, the blades can just create these AT barriers, which, like, totally block everything, and you can do them in-game too, but for the most part they're used in cutscenes to do cool mecha shit. And all I'm gonna say is, you know how every Xeno game has had some mecha elements to it?
Right.
There are mecha elements in this, and it gets so good.
Oh my god.
Kid, but there's only one way this can end.
Do you see what I mean by Rex is so great?
Yeah.
Like, he's just such a guy. I love it.
I think it works because he's, like, the opposite to Shulk personality-wise.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Shulk was very timid and reserved at first, whereas Rex starts out with Shulk's character development.
Also, shoutouts to a Colossus striker.
Right.
Still you persist. And is that Malos?
Sorta.
Well, looks like it's time for Granddaddy to spank. Yeah, let's have to put him down. Yeah.
Grandpa's got a few fireballs left in him before his time is done.
Mm-hmm.
Rex, get on.
This is just over the first 90 minutes of the game, by the way.
Yeah. This is not even, like, peak hype for because this is, like, pretty much when I say, like, the end of chapter cutscenes have, like, these huge, big, epic moments. This is, like, the least hype of the end of chapter hype moments. They get ridiculous. Every chapter I want to finish, just, like, I will stay up late to finish them because it gets so hype.
Oh, this theme is so good.
Turn her around! Ready to cannon!
It's no use. They're out of range.
Damn!
They gave us the slip.
Well, there's plenty of mysteries on offer here, but I guess you'll have to either wait for maybe a playthrough of the game or buy the game yourself. You know, support Monolith stuff. They make good shit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, this game, I was like, when I played it, I'm like, you know, there's been so many good games this year. I don't know if it can get into my top... No, I got in my top 10 super fast. Oh, man. It was, yeah, then every chapter, the way it always does, like, this black screen with the white text as soon as the music wraps up, and it's so good. So, yeah, top 10 easily for me for 2017. It's on there.
Okay, I think we'll leave it there, guys. End on a bit of a cliffhanger, if you will. Thanks again, Tanner, for bearing my arse out the fire with these more cutscene, text-heavy quick looks.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. Maybe, sometime in 2018, we'll return to Xenoblade 2, and maybe we'll just, you know, go from this point, you know, use the quick look as a part 1, much like Two Best Friends do with some of their stuff. But otherwise, yeah, I'm going to flash up the credits now. Thank you, Deimos, so much for pledging. You've been a great supporter thus far, and I hope that continues in 2018. And I'm just stalling for time now, so we'll see you guys next time for another HSC Patreon Quick Look. Goodbye.
Ciao.